The childhood friend is an archetype that has been in entertainment for years. There is something sweet and innocent about seeing two children who have known each other for a long time fall in love with one another, overcome various obstacles, and realize that love for each other. While some childhood friend romances have a terrible reputation for being a, second leading romance thingy, there has been some love that has been fulfilled. From promising they would marry each other at a very young age to confessing their feelings to their oblivious partner, here are the 10 best childhood friend romances in anime. Beware of spoilers. Two children are the best of friends. They play together, tackle problems together, and maybe even start to develop romantic feelings for one another. As they enter their teen years, those feelings have grown into a full-blown romance. Cute, right? Childhood friendships developing into later romances are a common trope in the world of anime, so much so that if two characters are known to be childhood friends, you can guess that they're gonna get together. Who are the best anime couples that started as childhood friends? Well, that depends on your personal preferences. Do you like your romance with a little danger on the side? Or do you like your romance drama-free? Well, let's see what we have for you. No matter how you like your romance, if you like early friendships that blossom into romance, one of these couples is bound to appeal to you. As I've already watched plenty of romance anime, I've built a collection of my personal favorites. Below, you will find top 10 anime where the friends become lovers. Ready or not, here they are. Number 1. Winry Rockbell and Edward Elric. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Winry Rockbell and Edward Elric started as neighborhood kids who sometimes played together, and eventually deepened their relationship when Ed and his brother moved in with the Rockbell family after their mother's death and subsequent alchemy accident. As Winry's mechanical skills develop, she takes charge of building and servicing Ed's prosthetic limbs, which forces the two to meet up every so often, even when Ed is busy working as a state alchemist. Though the two bicker constantly, their relationship eventually turns romantic, and at the end of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, they're married with 2 kids. Number 2. Iriri Spencer Sawamura and Tomoya Aki. Seikano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. These two don't actually get together at the end of Seikano, but they have enough romantic tension that they're worth mentioning anyway. Iriri and Tomoya are childhood friends who become estranged from one another when Iriri started ignoring Tomoya because she didn't want to be associated with his obsession with anime, and wanted to hide her nerdy predilections. Their arc is largely about making up for their childhood issues. There's a moment when they almost get together, but ultimately Seikano is trying to make the point that just because two people knew each other in childhood doesn't mean that they're ideal partners. Tomoya ends up dating someone else instead, and Iriri pursues her artistic career and dates no one. Number 3. Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Nagakais. Naruto. The childhood friends to lovers trope even appears in shonen anime. Kushina Uzumaki and Minato Nagakais are Naruto's parents, but they first met when they were kids in Ninja Academy. Due to having the 9-tailed fox sealed inside her body, Kushina is kidnapped. She leaves strands of her red hair behind, hoping that someone will find them and realize that they're hers. The only person who comes for her is Minato, the classmate she'd previously written off as weird and unreliable. After he rescues her, her opinion of him changes dramatically and the two become close friends, and eventually they become lovers. Number 4. Yusuke Orameshi and Keikoyukimuru. Yu Yu Hakusho. Yusuke Orameshi and Keikoyukimuru have known each other since they were little kids, and it's for that reason that their relationship works so well. Yusuke is a violent teenager who is always getting into fights and doesn't take school seriously. Keiko is a bit more straight-laced, but she knows that she's more to Yusuke than this thorny exterior implies. She knows that he can be quite caring and sweet, and she knows that his family doesn't exactly contribute to a healthy lifestyle. It's their childhood connection that keeps her invested in a relationship that she might otherwise have walked away from. But before we continue with the top 10 romance anime where friends become lovers, subscribe to our channel Curious Atmosphere so that you don't miss any future updates. Number 5. Futaba Yoshioka and Ko Mobuchi. Blue Spring Ride. When Futaba and Ko first meet as kids, they get along great. But when they meet again in high school, Ko's personality has changed dramatically. Not only has his surname changed from Tanaka to Mabuchi, but his formerly sweet personality has become dark and aggressive after his mother's death. Futaba has a hard time coming to terms with his new personality and wishes he would act like the boy she fell in love with, but eventually she comes to appreciate the person he is now, and the two of them fall in love. Number 6. Mochizo Uji and Tamako Kitashirakawa. Tamako Market. Mochizuki and Tamako have known each other since birth, as their families are close friends who operate businesses in the Usagiyama Shopping District. Their relationship is contentious at first. Mochizo used to tease Tamako until she cried, but as they get older, their relationship becomes a lot more friendly. The two communicate through cups attached by a string, and they spend much of their spare time together. In the Tamako Market movie, Tamako Love Story, Mochizo confesses his love for Tamako, and after some reflection, she accepts his confession and reciprocates, leading the two to become a couple. Number 7. Yo Asakura and Anna Koyoyama, Shaman King. When they first met at the tender age of 10, Yo and Anna are engaged. Too young to fully understand what that means, the two of them are friends at first, though Yo does develop a baby crush on Anna. Anna isn't thrilled with this because she thinks her psychic abilities will hurt him. In their teens, she comes back to his life to train him to be the next Shaman King, but her training is so brutal that he can't help trying to escape it. The relationship has plenty of ups and downs, but they ultimately get married and have a child, Hana. Number 8. Naru Narasegawa and Kitaro Oreshima, Love Hina. Naru and Kitaro's story is probably the most famous example of this trope. When Kitaro was a little boy, he promised to attend Tokyo University with a female friend. As he gets older, he forgets everything about her, but he remembers his goal. Sadly, he doesn't get into Tokyo University, so he'll have to spend the next year studying to retake the exam. To study, he moves into his grandma's hotel, which has been transformed into an all-girls dorm. That's where he meets Naru. Though the two don't get along at first, they eventually realize that they were each other's childhood friends, and ultimately they develop a romantic connection. Number 8. Chitoge, Kirisaki, and Rakuichiju, Nisekoi. Nisekoi is what you get when you modernize Love Hina and add some mob connections to spice things up. Rakuichiju is a son of the mob boss who promises to marry Chitoge when the two are children, but the circumstances surrounding the promise are complicated and there are other girls in the mix. When Chitoge, who is also the product of a mob family, has to participate in a false relationship with Raku for the sake of their family, the two don't get along at all, especially because Raku has feelings for someone else. But ultimately, they come to understand and appreciate each other, and wind up getting married and having a kid by the end of the manga. Number 10. Aoi Sakuraba and Kaoru Hanabishi, Ayori Ayoshi. Aoi and Kaoru are both the children of business owners and they grow up at each other's side. Their parents actually arranged for them to get married, but when Kaoru has a falling out with his family following his mother's death, the engagement is cancelled. Aoi doesn't care. Kaoru is the only person she wants to be with and she's planning on marrying him whether or not it's advantageous to her family. To be together, the two of them will have to deal with a lot of family drama and survive without their family's monetary assistance. Based on what we think is worthy, subscribe to our Curious Atmosphere so that you don't miss any future updates. If you have more about it, please feel free to share them with us, share them in the comments below, and wait for our interesting topics coming soon. If you think they deserve to be on this list, share your opinion in the comments below.